Breaking right now, Meghan Markle's doomed Netflix deal may even see her partially finished cooking series never make it to air. Lady Colin Campbell up very shortly on this, but first let me just take you through these reports.
The Duchess of Sussex finds herself embroiled in a new and explosive controversy. Lady Colin Campbell, a socialite known for her controversial claims about the royal family, has dropped a bombshell. Campbell's allegations strike at the very heart of Meghan's role in the monarchy, questioning the legitimacy of her children and sending shockwaves through the House of Windsor. The drama unfolds against a backdrop of pre-existing tensions, family feuds, and a constant media spotlight. Campbell, never one to shy away from controversy, has leveled accusations that could have far-reaching consequences. At the heart of the scandal are claims that Meghan Markle used a surrogate for both of her children, Archie and Lilibet.
So a Netflix insider says that the streaming service is not impressed with Polo's reception and that Meghan's cooking show might not make it. It will also mark, they say, the end of Netflix's $100 million deal with the couple. A source said there won't be another deal. There may be one-offs, but that's it. Now, a Netflix insider has also said that the Meghan show is make or break for the couple who had hoped to build a TV dynasty. So there is a lot of pressure on here, but a Californian source added to the Mail, people say Netflix are exhausted. It's so much work with her, and bluntly, the deliverable does not seem to be worth it. Another entertainment executive told the newspaper her show will have to be an enormous hit to turn around their deal and their reputations in this town. Lady Colin Campbell, goodness me, it's too late, isn't it now, Lady C? Netflix are embarrassed about what's happened with Polo. They want to pretend it almost doesn't exist. And I just see no way that a self-indulgent series of Meghan cooking for her woke mates is all of a sudden going to provide Netflix with the hit that they so desperately need. I mean, they haven't provided one drama. They haven't provided one scripted series. The only thing that worked was Harry and Meghan when they trashed on their own family. And of course, even that had far less interest and viewership than the big one that they didn't give to Netflix, but instead they gifted to Oprah Winfrey on CBS.
Well, of course, they didn't gift it to Oprah, as you know only too well, Dan. They managed to get paid through the back door,
yes.
You know.
Yes, we still don't know, do we? But there's that huge multi-million-dollar donation to Archwell. I wonder who that came from. So yes, good point. But you know the point that I'm making, though. Really, yes. Given how much Netflix was paying them, it was an outrageous decision.
These allegations, if true, could throw the line of succession into disarray. Campbell's voice, often dismissed by some as mere gossip, now carries a weight that threatens to destabilize the already fragile peace within the royal family. The British public is captivated. Could these claims be true? The palace remains tight-lipped, refusing to comment on what they deem to be private family matters. But the silence speaks volumes. The rumor mill is in overdrive, fueled by Campbell's provocative statements and the lack of a forceful denial from the palace. This is not just a story about royal...
Well, it showed how naive and disloyal, treacherous, and plain plumb stupid they were. Because that's, but it shows if you're a double dealer, you continue to double deal. I honestly do not see how that American Riviera Orchard show is going to be a lifesaver for them. Meghan is a very unlikable personality. Once the public gains an insight into a public figure by seeing enough of them in action, the public makes up its own mind as to whether it likes that person or not. I mean, because once you know somebody enough television, it's like knowing them personally. And Meghan has proven herself to be so unlikable that, and if she were unlikable but fascinating, that might be a different matter. For instance, Gwyneth Paltrow isn't particularly likable, but she was a big star before, and she's outrageous in a sort of
lineage and protocols. It is a story about trust, betrayal, and the unrelenting pressure of life in the public eye. As the world watches, one thing is certain: the House of Windsor will never be the same.
Hippie-ish sort of way, vaginal candles and all the rest of it.
And Martha Stewart's a good example of that too, surely. Not necessarily likable, but people are incredibly impressed and want to emulate parts of her life.
Exactly. And Martha Stewart is actually, I think, far more likable than Gwyneth Paltrow. But each of them actually has a certain glamour and a certain appeal that people want to be a part of.
Totally
Nobody
agree.
wants to be a part of Meghan Markle's pity fest, and who wants to be joining the Judas Iscariot team? I honestly don't see it working unless she has a personality transplant. Look at that photograph. The woman is so contrived. There's absolutely nothing natural about her, and it turns people off.
Lady Campbell's allegations are as shocking as they are potentially damaging. She claims, without providing concrete evidence, that Meghan Markle did not give birth to Archie or Lilibet. Instead, she alleges that the Duchess used a surrogate mother for both pregnancies. This is not merely a personal matter, it strikes at the very core of royal tradition and succession. The implications of these accusations are enormous. If true, Archie and Lilibet's claims to the throne could be called into question.
But there's one man, Lady C. He's the Goebbels character, and he will go down with this ship. And you know who I'm talking about. You describe him as scabies. I call him that very odd-looking man. And I had to get your reaction to a post that he made this week, attempting to take down people like you and me and royal YouTubers as well, which is particularly interesting, by the way, because he now claims that he's retired from the royal beat, which I think is more just because no one in royal circles would dare utter a word to him. But this is what Omid Scobie posted on his X account. Requirements to become a royal commentator or expert in 2024-2025. 0 journalism experience, be totally unhinged, an unhealthy interest in kids you don't know, hardcore royalist, happy to do GB News or rude word YouTube show for pennies, limited vocabulary, own a USB mic. Lady C, I wanted to give you the opportunity to respond.
No, I wouldn't condescend to take that creep seriously. First, he should be living in Castle Goring instead of me. Then maybe he could be condescending about any of us. And until such time, while he's scratching around on gay websites trying to hawk his wares and get people to go to bed with him, which he does, because I know, because a friend of mine's son who's gay sent me the photograph of him. And, also anybody who has made it so clear that he dislikes himself to the extent that Omid Scobie does, because he's totally artificial. Like Meghan Markle, he's a study in plasticity. I mean, there's nothing natural about him, which is a great pity, because he used to be quite good looking, but look at him now, he's repellent looking. And also he doesn't even lay claim to a proper identity. He claims that he's biracial, Caucasian on his father's side, Caucasian on his mother's side. Bi means two. Bi doesn't mean one half and the other half making one whole. And for him to be condescending about people who are far more successful than he is very Meghan as well.
Royal protocol dictates that heirs to the throne must be born to a titled royal mother. Surrogacy, a relatively modern concept, throws a wrench into centuries-old traditions. Campbell, in her characteristically blunt style, has called for absolute proof of the births. She points to the lack of photographic evidence, the secrecy surrounding the births, and inconsistencies in public statements as reason for suspicion. The palace, known for its carefully crafted public image, is reeling. Their silence on the matter only serves to fuel the flames of speculation. The longer they wait to address these accusations head-on, the more credence Campbell's words seem to gain. Adding fuel to the fire is the shroud of secrecy that has surrounded both of the Sussex children's births. While some might argue that this is a private family matter, the lack of transparency has only served to raise eyebrows and invite speculation. The birth of Archie, the couple's first child, was shrouded in confusion. Initial plans for a home birth were seemingly scrapped, with Meghan eventually giving birth at a private hospital. The public announcement of the birth was delayed and changes were made to Archie's birth certificate after the fact. These inconsistencies, while potentially innocent, have done little to quell the rumors. Lilibet's arrival was met with similar secrecy. Born in California after the Sussexes' departure from royal life, details surrounding her birth were scarce. The lack of any official photographic evidence of Meghan during either pregnancy has only deepened the mystery. This air of secrecy, intentional or not, has created a breeding ground for speculation. Campbell, a shrewd manipulator of the media, has expertly exploited these inconsistencies to further her narrative. Whether or not her claims hold any water, the damage has been done. It is impossible to discuss this controversy without acknowledging the backdrop of familial discord that has plagued the Sussexes. Meghan's estranged family, particularly her father Thomas Markle and half-sister Samantha Markle, have been vocal critics of the Duchess. Thomas Markle, in a series of explosive interviews, has repeatedly cast doubt on the circumstances surrounding his grandchildren's births. He has claimed that Meghan had discussed plans to use a surrogate and freeze her eggs before even meeting Prince Harry. These claims, while impossible to verify, have added weight to the growing suspicion surrounding the legitimacy of Archie and Lilibet. Samantha Markle, never one to miss an opportunity to criticize her half-sister, has been equally vocal. She has publicly questioned the timelines of both pregnancies and accused Meghan of faking her pregnancies for publicity. Their accusations, while often dismissed as the ramblings of disgruntled relatives, have nonetheless resonated with those eager to believe the worst of the Duchess. The Markle family feud, playing out on a global stage, has created a climate of distrust and suspicion. In this toxic environment, Lady Campbell's allegations have found fertile ground. While the palace remains silent, sources close to the couple paint a picture of a marriage under immense strain. The constant scrutiny, the relentless attacks from the media, and now these explosive allegations are taking their toll. Meghan, accustomed to the cutthroat world of Hollywood, is said to be furious and heartbroken by the accusations. Harry, fiercely protective of his wife and children, is caught between two worlds. On the one hand, he is determined to defend his family from what he perceives as unfair and baseless attacks. On the other, he is acutely aware of the damage these allegations could inflict on the monarchy, an institution he still holds dear. The weight of these accusations, coupled with the existing pressures of their unique position, is pushing their marriage to its limits. Sources whisper of heated arguments, sleepless nights, and a growing sense of isolation. While they have weathered many storms together, this latest crisis threatens to be the one that breaks them. The world watches, holding its breath, as the saga of Harry and Meghan continues to unfold. The question on everyone's lips, will their love be enough to survive this latest scandal? Lady Colin Campbell's allegations have detonated like a bomb in the heart of the royal family. Whether or not her claims prove to be true, the damage has been done. The seeds of doubt have been sown, and the reputation of the Sussexes has been tarnished. The palace's continued silence speaks volumes. Their refusal to engage with these allegations has only fueled the fire of speculation. It has created an information vacuum that has been filled by rumor, innuendo, and outright fabrication. The long-term implications of this scandal remain to be seen. Will it lead to a full-blown investigation into the legitimacy of Archie and Lilibet's claims to the throne? Will it further fracture the already strained relationship between the Sussexes and the royal family? One thing is certain, the world will be watching,